Good morning everyone, because it has just turned midnight and is now on Friday morning. We're going to be doing the delayed issue number 52 of the Eddie Stobart here today. And this was the issue that I thought they lost, and it was under a big box that was hidden, but the worker there didn't know where it was. And my friend was there and she was like, yeah, it's down there. And I'm like, well, we weren't there yesterday. But apparently this was hidden under a parcel delivery that they had or something, so that's why she probably couldn't find it. But this is great news. 51, however, is missing in action. They've said that they've back ordered it, so there will be a short delay. I don't know what's in 51 at the top of my head, so you'll have to let me know in the comments. But this is basically deja vu of what we did in 53. Yeah, pretty good. So just to recap, exactly what we done yesterday with 53. Basically, put in the mudguard to the chassis beam, and it will look something like that. Bit of racing cars there. It'd be nice if they came out with, the F1 Formula racing car collection. They were like, like the Rossi bikes. They were like miniature, like these. They were miniature sort of bikes, but racing cars. But yeah, it's going to be nice when we start to get like all these parts on it as well. All these bits lying about, because it does take up space. But yeah, let's crack on. And obviously 53 we already know, so we are starting to fill this gap. I think it's only 51 and 46 now that we've got a wait to come in. And then that the backlog is cleared on that. Well, it's not so much a backlog, but the missing issues. But yeah, that's the section that we've got. So we'll obviously always take care when you're using a craft knife. And these are the parts. What I'll do is, because this is a repeat performance of the last issue, I'm going to use up the remainder that we had in the previous consignment first, and then I can just top these up. Because these pots are now going to be my screw pots, because Diamond Painting has they've got a new case thing that I use now. So yeah, these are the parts, exactly the same as you can see. So that's what we're going to be working on. So we know that these parts here go into the two holes here. This is what I like about when you get like doing wheels. Once you've done the first one, you know exactly what you're doing on the second issue, or the second one that you do. So DP06 again. So I think I've got one there. Yeah, lovely. Okay, let me get my one there. Lovely. I always like to use up the older screws first, but it's so nice to get this issue and knowing that that gap is almost cleared. So DP06, oh, whoops, that's gone fine. Let's go fly a kite under the moonlight sky, baby. That's the song. I love singing. I once sang on I sang on the train, and someone was smiling, and I was like, okay, I didn't know that person was there, but I just basically humiliated myself and embarrassed myself there. It's got a nice grip on these screws, and also, as I said, don't worry about if you think, oh no, I've left two screws in there. You always get spare. That's one of the joys with Harshette. They always give you some lovely spares. Because around some point you're going to lose a screw. I guarantee it. So obviously this is now a different side, because obviously we're going to be putting these parts. As you can see, it's got L written there. I don't know if you can see that, but it's got L, which replicates that it goes in this side and off to that, off to this side. But obviously the chunky of the hole goes into this one, and the pin goes into there. You always get like a pin and a screw hole. The pin is basically to grip it in space, if you like. So that's going to go in with a DP04 screw. I think I've got one left of that. No, got two, which is perfect because we've got two slots here. I knew that was going to do that. Naughty. But it's nice that, this issue here is not like the mud guard and it just sits waiting to be connected. We actually get to do this and then connect it up. So I'm just going to try another screwdriver there. It's a little bit too big. There we go. Okay, so that's that one. As you can see, it's a little bit like that. And we'll put the other one just in there. I'm getting backache because I have to stand up when I do this because I still ain't got a chair. So once the price drops, I'll buy it, but I ain't paying 80 quid for a seat, sorry. But yeah, there we go, and that's all tickety-bee, all rock solid. Right, now that's the fun part. But what I'm going to quickly do is we'll give these a little bit of a refill. And put them into there. Lovely. So, O'Dizzle, to Cyberdon, what do you think of this truck so far, if you're watching? Because you drive lorries, don't you? It's a pretty good build. I tell you what, yeah, although this is painstakingly slow, and I think a lot of builders doing this build have felt that, I literally, as you know, I was about to give up on it, and since doing the chassis, I've sort of fell back in love with it, you know. It's, every issue is sort of like perfect now. Okay, so that's that part. So now what we need to do is to bring up this part of the chassis beam, as you can see. And this part is going to go exactly the same into this little section here. So yeah, so that's going to go, yeah, round about there. And then we've got to fit the screw snug down there. Okay, and that's going to go in with a, I think it's DP03, yeah. So DP03 screw, I'm going to get the big one, because we know it's a big one. Okay. I'm really enjoying, I think the favourite part for me, let me know in the comments what your favourite parts are in a build. Like if it's the chassis, if it's the cab, you know. For me, I absolutely love, I do like electrics, but I love doing things about the chassis. When I'm doing it, it makes me feel like I'm a mechanic. So, for me, my favourite part has to be the chassis. Okay, why is that really loose? Okay, that's really interesting. That's not liking that. Okay. Oh, shit. Oops, excuse my French. It's quite a hard fit because it's very little space. It's getting tight in there. But okay, that's all good. What is that? Oh, what is that pin? Oh, crap. Oh, man, what was that? Don't know what that was, but I think everything's good. Okay, it's not as tight as I would like it, so, okay. What I'm going to do, I think it's one of them screws where you have to reverse it, screw it in, reverse it, screw it in. Now, Scott, over at Building with the Boys, he uses 3-in-1 oil, and it is on my Amazon wish list to get, because I think that's a really good idea, but it's not on Prime, and it seems to be, like, stuck. There's no price for it for some reason, so yeah, once it's on Prime I will definitely do that. Seem to be having a little bit of trouble with this one. Okay, that's perfect, that's just done that. Okay, so that's what it's looking like, guys. So yeah, this is really interesting because we've now got 2 of these, so very, very interesting. But as I said, I could be wrong, but I've got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. But yeah, I've got a feeling all this is something to do with the chassis. You know, it is the chassis, but I personally think the cab is going to sit onto that. I don't know what's making me think that, but I mean, that can't be all of it. Let's put it that way. There's got to be something that connects further down here. But yeah, it's lovely to get this on. just seeing that now, every bit that goes on, you're getting a real sense of how big this thing is going to be. I mean, even down to the plastic's pretty nice. I'm just going to measure that. Yeah, I reckon that's the front. These are definitely the rears, yeah. Because you wouldn't have that at the back, so that is basically the front. And then here, I bet you any money that that's going to be where the cab sits. I just have that vision. Yeah, that looks pretty damn cool. But anyway, that is now 52 done. Yay! So 46 we know is a wheel, so that's good because we're nowhere near that yet of putting wheels on. But I suspect it won't be too long before we start that. 53 we've already done, but as I said, coming up in the 54, we do have the air tank, spring brackets, spring stoppers, and a hydraulic distributor, plus screws for fixing in place. So I think this will all, you know, connect to the chassis beams that we're working on at the moment. But yeah, 51, if someone can let me know what's in 51, that'd be great. Matthew Boreham or... there's another fella that keeps commenting, telling me what's in the issues. I can't remember your name, but if you can tell me what's coming up in 51, do let me know, because I don't know at this point whether it's going to hold the build up or what. But yeah, we should be back to sequence from next week, hopefully. But yeah, as I said, if you do want to get this, please do subscribe to it. It's a brilliant build. Help support this build. Help support Harshett, because all our money is invested in new builds, and when we pay Harshett for these things, it makes new builds come to fruition. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it again now. So really, really lovely. Can't wait for the next issue. So yeah, please remember to like, share and subscribe. That's at Stobart. The next issue will be back to the normal Wednesday slot, and I will try to get it onto lives next week. I need to do some tests so that we can get rid of that feedback issue, and then hopefully we can do the next one live. So yeah, so please remember to like, share and subscribe. Remember to tap the bell if you want to be notified of all the videos I do. That's issue number 52 of Build Your Ready Stobart. I'll see you next time. Bye.